Good morning everyone. Welcome to Vikings Valhalla Fatburn, right? Today we're taking a new route, San US. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. uh, it's a quite hilly one, so I wonder. A bit of climbing. Okay, yeah, that's right. There is a bit of climbing. So let's see if my app works properly. Still have to close everything first. I don't know why it does. Never mind. Start some music, shall we? How about British pop? So let's see, one more minute. Let's just share the love with the Zwifters, shall we? Okie doke. It's shared. And my alarm went off. Good vibes so far, yeah? Now let's see, it's 2 watts for a start. Let's start the fan. Okay, let's just try and stick to the bacon. Let's go up a little bit. If you have anything on your mind, just let me know. That will be fun, San US without the fans. We will see. Yeah, it's Wild Wild West without the fans, actually. couple of strippers will needed with double draft. Double draft actually is the real draft. I mean like a real draft. Because in the original draft idea for Swift is to have the drafting effect by that, and now double draft means it's actually returning to the real values. It should be called real draft, not double draft. So it would be better to talk about wattage and not about watts per kilograms while we are on the flat. And about to pass, yeah. Actually, yeah, the looking rides are actually quite disciplined. I still don't see the Roadrunner. There's a Roadrunner sometimes. There he goes. Let's just roll with them. Thank you, Brian, for the raid. Cheers, mate. See you guys. See you there. I mean, welcome there. If you have anything on your mind, just let me know. The cookies. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. We will. It's 45 minutes of easy ride with them Vikings. And I will probably extend it to 1 hour, to 60 minutes. So, yeah, it's an easy one. As on Sunday I have a running race to kick off the season. 25-kilometer road running race. So I'm not planning anything serious this week. Actually, after the last long run, I feel my hips, which means first of all I'm not the young one. Secondly, something I overdid. There was an interval session planned for yesterday, but I skipped it for today, and probably today I'm still not doing the interval run, but only the normal run for 1 hour. Actually, I like ants in the Lord of the Rings. If something is broken, we start discussing it for days and days and days. After a week or two, okay, have decided it's broken. So it's really like that. build prop is quite nice for today, easy ride. I was sleeping back, falling back to sleep. Let's switch to this camera, shall we? I wonder how we will take the Sand and Secure's hills. We'll have around 25 minutes on the hills. Good morning and welcome. Hi there. How's your week so far then? So that you did some serious work in the gym and in Zwift too, and your machine. And when I chickened out yesterday from training, it was a crazy day. Yeah, at the very first few hours, Instagram is a steep learning curve. But it can be nice once you get used to it. It's almost a second nature to post something. I don't know how I ended up around 2,500 posts in the past years. Last time I checked, I was surprised I posted that much. Yeah, yeah, I think that's awesome that I posted that much, although I do think I still have a lot to learn, especially about content, like what and how to post. I'm getting better this year, I mean last year, but still this year too. I'm trying to not overshare Zwift content, but to mix it up with real content like the food, coffees, rain. We don't have cats and dogs, so there's that. To check the couple of accounts, I'm not an influencer first of all, I don't like that word. I don't want to influence anyone. I'm doing it for fun, for my own fun. If you enjoy it, you're welcome. If you don't, then my account is not for you. I mean, not for you then, but for everybody, anybody. So, I would like to step up as a content creator, yeah. Content creator for my own progress, events, and training life. That would be my target as a content. So yeah, essentially, probably can say that yeah, content creator. Yeah, this year 2020, I'm rebooting my website. I mean, it's there, it's sitting there, paid for the address and everything. I haven't posted anything since 2019 January. So today I started to post again, and I will switch from Twitter feed to Instagram feed on the site. And I will try to be more conscious about sharing this on the site, like bi-weekly or monthly, and to have a daily life update, you can say, on Instagram. In the meantime, I will keep streaming whenever I'm online in Zwift, whenever I can stream. But now the gym is moving where I have a good connection, so yeah. That route is tricky for a non-fenced ride. We will see. Do you have a website then? I mean, you probably have. That's not run into it. I haven't run into it. Good morning, Colton. Welcome. Hi there. It was fine. It's fine. Yesterday I had to broke my streak. 87 days of training streak. I couldn't make it. Haven't had the stamina. So there is that. To continue the streak. Otherwise it's fine. And on Sunday, running race, kicking off the year. So getting excited. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good streak. And the next target is to have a 100-day streak, yeah? But actually I will skip the streak chasing. And I will revert back to one. So I restructured the training for the next 8 weeks. And for the For the weeks with under 13 hours of training, I introduced one rest day each week, and for the weeks above 13 hours I couldn't. I have to call like those TSS. But there will be every 2 weeks with 960 TSS, and there will be 1 week above 1000 TSS. That would kill me. And actually I have to substitute some training because I will travel to the Netherlands 3rd week of March and to Romania 2nd week of April, and in May I will have, I think, at least 1 week of Romania, but probably 2. So yeah, that sucks. In one way. In the other, it's my job, so I can't plan everything around training, yeah? The stuff like TSS. Okay, let's just fall back to the bacon a little bit. What part you have trouble of understanding about training test score? Cotton. People get the score by working out. But let's separate. There's a stress score for every day, like work, family, etc. There's a training stress score while working out. The harder you're working out, the more training stress score TSS you get for 1 hour. But you can't and shouldn't work out too hard for too long, because first of all you can't. You can't go zone 5 for 3 hours. Probably you can, but then you need a reanimation. So you can accumulate 100 TSS in 1 hour if you go 100% for 1 hour. For most people it's unlikely to do, and it's not really a good idea at all. So, because you should differentiate your training based on your training needs, you know? For example, I can try to raise my FTP for triathlons. This will result
I can raise my FTP through sweet spot training, VO2maxes, etc. So very intense stuffs. But my training means actually it's not around FTP because I'm not doing time trials for 1 hour. My plan is to do triathlons, long distance, long course triathlons, long drafting events. So I should try to increase FTP. But I should try to extend the time to exhaustion longer. For that I need a different kind of training than a track cyclist. And here's where TSS comes in. If I want to do an easy ride for recovery like this one, that gives me 30 TSS, so I know that I'm not really loaded myself with training today. If I do an Activitas 2 hours workout, that gives me 140 TSS, which is a lot, so I'll be tired for the whole day. So I shouldn't do hard interval running afterward. Probably I can try a brick run, yeah. Actually, if you check Training Peaks, the free version 2, I think, if you check Training Peaks, then you can plan a workout like just click on the calendar, select bike, and put in 1 hour, and let's say you want an intense session but not so intense, so you put intensity factor 0.7, 0.8 there. It will calculate the TSS. In order to properly calculate the TSS, you need an FTP test for bike, a critical threshold pace, not critical threshold pace for run, and the threshold pace for swim. For swimming, TSS is a little bit different because we don't have power meter for swimming. I think it's something to do with threshold pace, so your 100 meters pace, and you have to divide and multiply and such.
There is a calculation for that. I'll link you to the article. Yeah, that's the one. So after a while, you get used to the calculations, and you can measure your efforts by the hour, by the TSS, by intensity factor, and such. TSS alone is not really useful, because you can do 100 TSS in 1 hour, or in 2 hours, or in 3 hours, walking around in the forest for a full day. Yeah, 100 TSS. You have to make a couple with intensity factor, which is normalized power by divided by FTP, I think. And normalized power is something which tries to equalize the effort for different activities. So it's a rabbit hole. You can go down to the PhD level on this, but basically if you have TSS and intensity factor IF, then you know how hard an effort is. For example, if I sign up for a race under 1 hour, a race under 1 hour, so under 30-40 kilometers in Zwift, and I'm planning with 0.85, 0.95 intensity factor, not 1.0. Yeah, swimming FTP is tempo based. Yeah, you can use it, but on the calculation you can see
the level. I would advise to create training peaks account. It seems complicated at first. Actually, it's not that complicated. The basics not that complicated. You can go really detailed on the stuff, but if you want to, I will try to show you afterward. If you want to create a training plan for an event based on fitness, then it will calculate the TSS needed per week, and if you know how much TSS you can accumulate with 1 hour swim in a given intensity, with 1 hour ride, on low, on medium, on hard intensity, 1 hour run, then you can start to plan, or you can buy a training plan and do it. But I like to tailor it for myself, and I like to, I can't, this year I can't do pre-planned training plans because of the traveling, so I'm tailoring for myself, and I like to learn in the process. So yeah. Well, it was the same for me. I also found it tedious to put everything in training peaks, but now I have a watch and I have Zwift. I record my running, my swimming on my watch, uploads automatically to training peaks. Zwift uploads automatically to training peaks. And you should make a habit of creating your next week of training ahead. So sit down, I would say Friday, Saturday, when you're about to finish your week, and think about your next week. You can plan it. After a while, you will see that you plan for 2 weeks, then a month. Now I'm planning for 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks ahead. And yeah, I always change at 8 weeks. It never stays the same, but I create the trainings, the workout in training peaks. Yeah. Yeah, actually, like what Dan says, I plan for 8 weeks ahead because I know my traveling plans and such. But sometimes the kid gets sick. Sometimes I get sick. Sometimes I fall on the floor during runs and hit my hip or my head like last time. And so that's small details. But you have a rough plan ahead, so you know that okay, 2 weeks from now it will be a peak week. I shouldn't go out for a movie during the night, or I should sleep in at the morning to have 8 hours, because that day will be hard. And if you, yeah, as I said, you have to work around live events, which puts you in stress as well. And if you have a tough week, an interview coming up, some bad news, you are low on battery, then just deal with the next couple of days, create easy efforts like swim for fun for 1 hour. Let's go out for a run on the trail, not on the tarmac. Let's have a weekend ride instead of a 1 hour 80 TSS workout. Let's have some banter, so you can work around these. And with training peaks, if originally I started it 2-3 years ago to collect data from the power meter and on myself, to have sufficient data to see where I came from. And after 3 years, I have a good understanding what my body is capable of. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's right. Like Dan said. When you have a couple of hard days at work, in life, you have to rethink your training. Don't stick to it too much. Just ease up. You will benefit more than pushing through it. I know I'm speaking, but I do the same. I'm pushing it through usually. After after I saw how it affects my fatigue, my performance, after the stressful time, I came to the realization that I have to mix up the training days when I have other stresses in my life. And Training Peaks is very good in that. I actually record for the morning. I record my resting heart rate, what my watch shows me after the night. I record my blood pressure. I record my quality of sleep. I put notes in it for the day, like there was a windstorm and the kids couldn't sleep, so I couldn't sleep, and such and such. So then 2 months later I wonder what was that dip in performance. I can roll back and check the notes and such and such. First, I would say you don't have to go very deep into Training Peaks. Just start to record your activities there. Where is that damn bird? Always too low, too slow for that bird. So just start to record your activities. You will have a Wahoo trainer, I think, yeah, so you will have a good understanding of wattage, intensity factor, time to exhaustion, and TSS in a very short time. Yeah, I skipped making notes for years, but I started to use it for exceptional events like storms and such, or if I have a small sickness or a big sickness, or if I have a bad stomach bug. And I'm not recording my business trips and Training Peaks, but it correlates because sometimes I have to travel 8 hours or 9 hours by car, and it's far from optimal training day. So I'm going rogue then. It's just I'm doing something differently than before, yeah? That's about it, bacon, great. I'm not getting notes for every day. I'm getting notes when I feel like it. And I usually don't get notes for trainings. For workouts, I mean. I couldn't make it. Oh yeah, what's your interview? It went well then. And you were still the only candidate, yeah? And what was it like? Like a friendly talk? Or it was like a proper interview with HR and such and such. That's cool. 2 in 1, right? Let's get the job and have a raise. Hidoke. And there's this here. Yeah, fashion chops. I would like to do fashion chops, but no. When do you expect results from the interview? You can join to the Vikings ride. Then, go on. Next couple of weeks. They are not rushing it, actually. Well, they're not rushing to fill the position. It's open 4 months now. I think you mentioned it first in January, something like that. Probably my experience does not apply to your situation, so take it with a hint of salt, but in some cases I work for a multinational company, a small one, but still a multinational one, and I usually try to find somebody from inside for a position, but first you have to express the need, the drives to occupy the position. You already did that, but still they will They will interview outsiders because if you are good to the position, they want to know how you stack up against the competition. So if somebody walks in from the street and looks much better than you will not get the position, but you have an advantage. You're already there, you know the system, you know your place, you know your job, you know the work ahead of you, and if you build trust in the past years, then it's quite hard to lose a position if you already got the interview. It's still a possibility, but yeah. They usually interview other persons too, just to have a good understanding of the applicants. That feels good for my legs. So now more minutes of this. And yeah, I want to show you the training peaks stuff. That's my ATP. I hope I'm not screwing up the stream with that. Yeah. Okay, there it is. Yep. Okay, now I have the picture. Let's refocus on the after party. So 7 more minutes. TTT. In time trial, I think. Well, it's Friday tomorrow for me. Not for you. It's still first day, right? Five more minutes, yeah. Thank you, Aku. And Raya. I don't know if I should do the com. We're a bit so close. Like 3 kilometers from here. Like 8 minutes, 7, something like that. Or even closer, 2.5 or something. And that's intriguing to do the com. It starts on the next. Now it says here, okay. So let's go for the comp, shall we? For fun. Yeah, just play around with training peaks. You start to develop the understanding, makes the training much more easier, especially for triathlon. Okay. I just cruise a little bit. So, let's see that training peaks picture. That I wanted to show you. So, this is my ATP created in training peaks. What you can see there on the left, you see the light blue and blue bars. This is the completed work I've done. And from the first quarter, you see the gray bars, which is the planned work, which is the work suggested by ATP, the annual training plan. So as I know how to accumulate TSS, probably not always fit for my needs, but at least I know how to accumulate TSS. I can plan the sessions. As I do the sessions, as I complete them, the blue bars fill up the gray. If I'm lucky, the blue bars will be around the top of the blue bars, so the done work will be about the planned height of the planned work. That will make my plans moving forward, my fitness increasing. But it also accumulates fatigue, and if you're too fatigued, you'll go into overtraining. So that's why every 4 weeks it drops. You will lose fitness, but you will lose fatigue faster. So for 3 weeks I accumulate TSS, and with it fatigue and with it fitness, and I have 1 week where I drop some fitness, I drop more fatigue by accumulating less TSS, and then it starts again for 3 weeks. You can set up the ATP in training peaks for with a multiple targets, not multiple targets, for different targets. You can set it up for a fitness level on a target race. So let's say I want 100-point fitness on June 27th. I set it in ATP, and it creates it and plays out the basics. It doesn't tell the full story, because you can create crazy targets like 200 fitness in a short time, so you'll get overtrained. Yeah, it actually helps. And when you plan on training peaks, on the right next to the week, you see that the ATP TSS 900. So start to plan. I know that I will have a coffee ride on Wednesday, so yeah, I will stop here. So if I have a coffee ride on Wednesday, I know that costs me 90 minutes and about 80, 90, sometimes 100 TSS. Let's make it 100. So I put in, for Wednesday I put in, with 6 o'clock start, I put in a Zwift Hungary coffee ride for 100 TSS. I know I will have a long run on Sunday, like 20 kilometers. I put it here. I know that for long runs and for my pace it's usually around 0.80, 0.85 and intensity factor, so I put in 1 hour 40 for the time, with a pace of, I don't know, 5.35 per kilometers. That's around 8 and something per miles, and with the intensity factor of 0.85 it will give me 110 TSS, so I will have 200 TSS already out of the 9. Now I'm putting in 2 swimming sessions, which cost me 40-50 TSS each. That's plus 100, and I will still have 4 days to decide that okay, I will do a middle distance run, with intervals, with fartlek or whatever, or tempo run, that gives me that and that TSS. So you can plan around, you see. That's where the ATP helps. But in order to get a good understanding of the ATP and what is requested from your body, you have to understand first what does it mean to do something with the intensity factor of 0.90, of 0.50, how much TSS you can accumulate with that, how much TSS you can accumulate with swimming 5 times a week or running 5 times a week. What does it mean for your body? Can you get enough sleep with that? Can you recover with that? And here comes in MyFitnessPal, and Training Peaks can integrate with MyFitnessPal. So if you record your food, then the calorie and I think the macronutrients as well goes into Training Peaks. So I see that, okay, this week I trained for 10 hours, I burned 8,000 calories. My basic metabolic rate is about 2,100. That makes it 15,000 for a week for the basic metabolic rate. And next to that, that 15,000, I did 8,000 calories of training, so that 23,000. Now let's say if I skip Wednesday and Thursday because of family programs, and I couldn't eat properly. I ate only 1,000 calories, and I don't feel hungry, but I will have a long run on Wednesday, and I don't eat afterwards, and I have a strength session on Thursday, and I don't eat properly afterwards. On Friday, I'll be cooked. Even with the Vikings, right? I'll be cooked. So it's really, it can get really complex really fast. That's why I'm saying that do not focus on the very details at the first half year. Just record your activities, go back and check your wattage, your intensity factor, and note the changes. If you do an easy ride, if you do a hard ride, if you do a workout, easy workout, if you do a race, if you swim through a lake for 4 miles, just put it in, just go there, analyze, just change this and that, just create your own dashboard, and then you see how your body reacts. What's your needs? What are your needs for fuel, for nutrition? And after half a year, you can start planning sessions. Actually, you can start before that because you are already familiar with swimming, so you can plan the swimming sessions already. But for cycling, after a couple of months, you can plan that, okay, I want to get faster in the next 3 months, so that's one block. That's the ATP, that's 1 year. It comes with 3 blocks, one tapering before the race, one to get faster, another one to get better endurance and get somewhat faster, and one to get better endurance. So that's 4 blocks. For 3 months, you will focus on your endurance. So yeah, you can do, if you have only 1 hour for training a day, you can do a build-me-up training plan. It will increase your endurance, your mitochondrial endurance, etc., etc. So you get faster and you get longevity on the bike. In the meantime, you can include long runs, middle distance runs, so 6 to 12 kilometers, somewhere like that, you know, like what's that, 4 to 8 miles. And you can go to swim. Yeah, it's a workplace, you can swim anytime, and you can check how your sleep and etc. works. So after this half year, and after you start to plan your work, your training week around your life, around your work, you will see changes in your mentality, I think. First of all, you will drop the late night beers, movies, and such. A couple of guys asking, a couple of dads around me, why am I going out with them? Well, I would like to socialize, I would like to have a beer with them. But if I go out with them and drink a beer at 9 and then 10 o'clock and go to sleep and I get up at 5, I can't do proper training. Not on that day, but the day afterwards. It affects for 2 or 3 days, and I'm throwing away these 3 days. They have a couple of beers. Yeah, sometimes it was like that on rest weeks or on summers or after I had my important race, important for me. After I had my important race, let's go out every day. I don't care. I have another year to prepare. But right now I don't. If I do this, then for half a week I'm screwed. So that's the reason. You will change friendships slowly, sometimes faster, but people with less determination towards training, and by training I mean doing structured work with a target, not only getting on the bike and go on fun. So doing structured work for a target race, for a target effort, for a target performance. Who doesn't do that usually don't understand what it takes. And that's not a bad thing. They don't have to understand. It's just a shame that sometimes they don't accept that. I have a friend who accepted that. He's a good friend of mine from childhood, and they had 2 kids as well. And lately, I think last year, start of last year or something like that, we had a talk. We went for a movie, and we had a talk, and told me that okay, now I understand why you get up at 5 to train at 6. I do the same now because I don't have time any other way. Family is still sleeping, so I have to change it. And now I'm getting up at 5 and starting to train at 6 to finish by 7. And he was never an early guy, so he was never an early bird. And now he's doing the same. So yeah, life changes, training changes your life, and yeah, most often if you get into serious training, it changes your friendships. Yeah, I'm really saying I'm how do you say that? Like keeping to myself a lot. It's the same. If you give me something to read, it puts me in the corner. Probably you'll find me 1 hour later there. So I'm not craving for big groups in the pub to share a laugh. I'm okay with that. For years I've tried to be more socializable, is that the word? But I gave up lately. I simply don't care. It's not my cup of tea to get together, 8 of us, have a beer, and then do nothing for days. There's a funny story that with a dad, local. Few years back, I ran a lot more, and one day he told me that, hey, I saw you that you run. Yeah, I do, I said, and he told me that, okay, we should go for a run together. I run too. And I told him, okay, just drop me a text, drop me a message. I'm running 4 or 5 days a week. I start usually at 6. He was wondering that what 6, like 6 p.m. No, I told him that 6 a.m. I have time like this, 6 a.m. Now we never run together, I can tell you that. So yeah, you are right then. It's not about issues with friends. It's not about we're not accepting them or they're not accepting us. It's simple time management. If you want, you did 19 hours a week. I do 10 to 15 hours a week, and I know that it's very hard to balance family, training, and recovery, let alone friends, pubs. You simply can't. If you have a limited time, you have 100% of each day, and if you spend 10-20% with training, and you spend 30% with sleeping, and about 40% with work, then you are at the end of your day. So where to put the rest, what they want from you, yeah? But that's not a problem, not at all. Not a problem if you accept that dedicated training, so doing workouts with a target, training for cycling, criterium, race across America, Kona Ironman, 70.3 Ironman, Chattanooga, whatever, running race, a half marathon. It has a lot, and yeah, this is the way. Yeah, yeah, sure. Go ahead, Dan. Don't have to go down, but go ahead, share it. While the thing is, Corton, I like Czech beer from Czechia. You know, they're quite good. The Czech beers. But it affects my body composition in a bad way. So okay, so for the YouTubers, I will stop the video now. I will stay on the stream, and thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Cheers, guys. See you next time. I will continue the stream. I want to see that video. Goodbye, guys.